actually stopped there once. Bad stopper. Someone else pointed out that I stopped in the shittiest places. I forget who that was, but yes, I do. If you guys ever stop hearing videos from me, if they ever just stop showing up, it's because I was hit by stopping in a bad place. That's gonna be the end of me. I think when I'm like 95 or so, if I get that old, maybe in like 80, I'll just do a bunch of heroin, get on the bike, and if I don't just kill myself getting here, once I get here, I'll just keep stopping at horrible places, like right here on the side of the road. Just keep until someone just smashes me. Just to make it dramatic. Too many old people just fade away in a nursing home somewhere. That's no fun. I mean, you're gonna go. It's gonna happen in what, a few more months? You really want to wither away in a nursing home, eating their horrible food, celebrating half of Thanksgiving with them after your family has abandoned you because they're just too busy? No. Come to Julian. Park in a bad place. Get hit by a truck. Make the news. You know? I mean, what a delightful piece of news that would be. 85-year-old takes heroin and gets smashed by a car on a motorcycle. That's awesome. It really is. And the cows can get some entertainment out of it too. Look at that guy. He's bored as hell. I'm just saying, look out for the rest of society. Just don't fade away at a nursing home somewhere. Just make it dramatic. Jump out of a plane with no parachute or something. I don't know. Second topic of the day. It's the constant drive to outdo the person next to you. It happens in all environments. It happens on grander scales, such as between species. It happens between races, of course. Somebody looks unlike you. I mean, those are like the first entry levels, when something looks different than you and you can categorize things. You have to claim dominance. It's a natural human instinct, at least amongst all men. Although I suspect women have it too. They do. But the fact that it permeates every aspect of life is disturbing. And it does relate to motorcycles and cars, as it is. So it gets all the way down to families, I mean, own brothers and sisters. There's still competition in families. Co-workers. You can have the geekiest group of people. You can have, you know, the astronomers fighting against the physicists. And one group thinks they're cooler than the other, literally. And they're all a bunch of geeks, and I'm a geek too, so I don't say it to be offensive, because within my realm of profession, there's all a bunch of geeks. All a bunch of incredible geeks. Big waves. And there's subcultures within it, and people are establishing tiers as to who's the coolest, and, you know, who is the most powerful within the field. It's absolutely ridiculous. And it's just the cars in that, and motorcycles in that. It caught me the other day. It was yesterday, actually. I took the bike out, and there was a guy on a Harley, middle-aged guy. He had the, you know, the bandana on his face and the whole 9 yards. And we were just riding. I was a little ways behind him, and at the lights, he came around, got in front of me, and then he was taking off like a banshee at the red lights. And like, he was pretty aggressive. I mean, he was really ripping it at the red lights, which is, I do it too. And there was a part of me that became insecure to the point where I was wondering whether or not he was, you know, somehow stating dominance, somehow proclaiming it by taking off quickly, and whether or not he was stereotyping sport bikes, saying that, oh, all these little shits, all these little young people that ride those little rice rockets, whatever the put down is nowadays. So this is all happening in my head. This crazy paranoid rant is happening inside my head. So, and I feel horrible about this. And it's shit like this that makes me not show my face, by the way, because it's really embarrassing. So for the next 3 lights, I'm behind him. He keeps taking off. He's probably just enjoying his motorcycle because they have a lot of torque, those Harleys, and it's probably fun to take off fast, right? I do the same thing on this thing all the time. And it didn't necessarily have anything to do with me. So for the next few lights, he takes off. You know, he keeps doing it. He's going, you know, ripping, and I'm really right next to him, right beside him. He's taking off. And then finally, in the 4th light, instead of getting in line behind him like I had been, we're splitting and taking off from the front of the line. I switched lanes so that we're side by side. And then, just prior to this light, there was a big truck too that blew my doors off. This huge, like, 4-wheeler. You know, another insecurity fest. This guy's got a huge black pickup truck with, like, tires that were meant to, like, climb mountains that don't exist. So this is all swarming around us. You know, you get the Harley, you have me, I'm probably the biggest prick here. You get the big truck guys blowing my doors off when I'm doing probably 50, 60 miles an hour on a road where the limit's probably 50. And we get to this light, and I've had enough. At this point, I'm just like, it's time to just smack everybody. So I take off like a nut job. You know, obviously I blew the doors off of everybody. I mean, it's not, to even discuss it is stupid. This is gonna happen. This instinct to overtake the person next to you will not go away. It's part of humanity. It's a part of humanity that's ultimately gonna lead to our bitter end. There's just gonna be a huge bomb. Or in our strive to outtake the next person, make more money with the next person, we're going to ruin the resources of this earth and just keep stripping the thing. And it's just I'm not sure how it's gonna happen, but we're beating things up pretty good as it is. But all I ask is to take a moment, think about your daily life, and think about how many times in a day or a week you're in a position where you're out to compete. Is it every single day? Is it multiple times a day? For me, it's multiple times a day. It's pretty ugly. All in all, look at the beard on that jack. God, ZZ Top has nothing on that guy. Oh my god, I must get sick of waving here. It's like a freaking wave fest. Alright, 4Runner, you know, Land Cruiser, whatever the hell you are. Oh, thank God you're turning, because it's getting really painful. Thank you so much. Just think about it and try to cut it back a little bit, because it just adds to the general unrest in society. It's moments like that when someone is outward dick to you, like me taking off yesterday and like putting on a display like that. It's gonna make those other guys, if they have this streak, which I suspect they do because they are men, it's probably gonna make them try to step on someone later on, or it could, and it just keeps going round and round. So I'll do my share, you try to do yours. You know, without this, humanity wouldn't be where it's at right now. It is that constant sort of drive to exceed the next person and exceed expectations and discover that it's given us what we have as a society, including this camera that I'm talking to myself into and this motorcycle that I'm really enjoying. So it'll never go away. And you wouldn't want to get rid of this drive altogether, but when it comes to human-human interactions, just try to be gentle. Especially when you suspect the person you're dealing with is insecure to begin with, because at that point it's just cruel. Now, if you don't mind, I'm going to enjoy this lovely road. And I'm going to forget about competition for a little while. I'm going to wave to my friendly motorcyclists. Oh wow, that was not good. And maybe once I put some more parts in this thing, I'll make another video as an update.